Hello and welcome to Talking Tent, a show about movies, TV, and all the content we can possibly consume.
I'm Zach.
And I'm Irma.
Today we are talking all of the movies and television shows coming out in September and giving our Excitometer score, patent pending. It feels like just yesterday we were doing August's Excitometer score. Boy, how time flies, huh, darling?
Sure.
We just finished up the month of Irma.
Oh, okay.
August is over.
August is over.
So let's start with some quick marital bliss. We discussed it last episode, but we're going to bring it back up this episode. It was just Irma's birthday. Happy birthday, darling. And last night, we went to our big fancy dinner.
Very fancy.
Right around the corner from us, which is kind of cool. A tasting menu restaurant called Restaurant U, Y-U-U. And is a Japanese guy that apparently studied and trained in Paris. So there was like a lot of Japanese influence and a lot of French influence. And it turned itself into a very delicious meal, I thought.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was so good. It was so so we have definitely done tasting menus before, but for some reason this felt different.
It did?
It was like a sushi counter almost, like that style, which is, I would say you would expect like more of like a restaurant, I don't know, table setup.
It depends. Like Blanca was like that.
Well, I know Blanca is still my top, but this definitely is up there. This was amazing.
The service was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things when, restaurants are potentially chasing Michelin stars.
Yes.
Just, welcomed in, ushered to the bathroom. Every time you stood up to move or to go to the bathroom, when you came back, someone was right there to help you into your seat.
Yeah.
They had
a purse
stands
stand
for Irma's purse and for Irma's jacket. Just real classic stuff. One of my favorite things that bothers me about especially sushi restaurants, because you're doing a lot of eating with your hands.
Mm-hmm.
And this restaurant, because it was so Japanese inspired, there was a lot of hand eating. When I go to the bathroom and those soaps are like the strongest smelling stuff, and secret, a lot of times at restaurants, I don't wash my hands because I don't want to have the unbelievable smell ruining what I'm eating. And this place had unscented soap.
Well, not only did it have unscented soap, it had two different types of soap.
Yeah.
It had Lalabo, which is very fancy and expensive, and then it had an unscented soap
for freaks like me.
Yeah.
That it really bothers me. I think about it all the time
I think that's
especially
what
at
you're
sushi
supposed
restaurants.
to be using.
It was wonderful. And then the food was delicious.
Yeah.
For the most part.
And the design of the restaurant I thought was really beautiful. I think this is going to get a Michelin star pretty quick.
Yeah, we'll see. There's so many restaurants in New York. That's the hard part. This would be our second time. If it does, second time in each year we have to go to a new restaurant trying to get Michelin stars. And then the next time the stars come out, we'll say, oh, we were already there because Saga we went to.
This service was way better than Saga, to be honest. Different, but this one was very they were there.
Well, yeah, it's just like the Japanese influence of it, of them just being so courteous and aware of everything.
Yeah. They were so courteous that I couldn't hear them because they were speaking so low.
So they spoke so quietly when they were describing the food. It was a delight. We love it.
And they also, one thing that I've never seen before, which I thought was so cool, is that, so they have like a seating at 6 p.m. and then a seating at 9 p.m. When we got there, we were like, I think the second people to get there. They took us to our seats. So we're sitting behind.
Name carded. Also, all of the seats were assigned.
Yes, they were assigned. Nice. And so we're sitting at this counter and I'm looking around. I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. And I assume like, oh, the kitchen's in the back. We just don't see it. And then everyone starts trickling in. I would say most people are there. Some inconsiderate people get there a little late, but whatever. And then I would say it was like at 6:15. All of a sudden, these velvet curtains that I hadn't really noticed previously open. And then the chefs are all standing there and they like take a bow. And it's like, a performance. It was like a show. Like you see into the kitchen and like that's how they started it. I just thought it was amazing. I don't know. I've never seen that before.
Yeah. The guy came out a bunch of times. We talked to him.
He was very nice.
Yeah, he was very nice. That's it. That was our big news.
Yeah. Recommend. Go to Restaurant U.
Yeah, YUU in Greenpoint. All right, let's get right to it. Let's blast through these. We are going to start with the movies.
Does September have a lot coming out? I know, what is it? The 2 movie festivals or the 3 movie festivals are out or about to start. We got Venice, we got Telluride, and we got Toronto.
Yeah, so that actually made putting this list together a little bit difficult because some of the sites and the lists I was looking at included the Venice premieres, and like it would say like the new Yorgos Lanthimos,
which I'm very excited about,
was on a list, and I was like, that is definitely not coming out this month, but it's because they were talking about the
Venice premiere,
the premieres. Yeah, there's some good ones. It's a weird month. We're gonna see. Starting right off with a cheat. That's how you start a good podcast, is you cheat. It's just an announcement. Go see Bottoms. It is opening wider now. So nationwide, small town, little town. I saw an article that is really overperforming. It went from 10 screens when we saw it. So we were further ahead of the curve than I realized. It went to 715 screens. It did really well this last weekend, which means it will continue to expand to over 1,000 screens. So go see this movie, have it make money so that more of these movies can be made.
And what's the name of the movie?
Bottoms.
Bottoms. Yes, it was quite good.
Did you forget?
Well, you didn't really say it.
Clarify.
Yeah,
okay.
You just kind of went right into it.
Lovely listeners, go see Bottoms if you haven't. It's fantastic. But now for real. On September 1st, so it is already out. Sorry, we're a little late. But The Equalizer 3 is out in theaters. It is the third and final, they say, installment of the Antoine Fuqua, Denzel Washington revenge action murderer killer awesomeness Taken style thing. You have any thoughts on this series?
Well, this feels like a very like dad movie. Like I don't think I have any relationship to The Equalizer, but like who knows, maybe people will show up for this. I mean, Denzel is still pretty much like a household name, so I don't know, it's hard to really say.
I'm kind of on the same plane as Irma, though. I think I'm not going to say definitely. I think I've seen both. I couldn't tell you what happened. I couldn't tell you, like, I've heard they're good, but I don't remember them being good. So, like, it's just not my thing that I'm looking forward to. I'm sure if we rewatch them, we'd be like, oh, yeah, these movies are really cool. But it's, it's just not one of those series that I'm, like, super pumped about. So,
yeah.
5. We'll see it when it comes to streaming and go, oh yeah, this is good.
Yeah, like I doubt we'll go to the theater, so same, a 5.
And the next week, September 8th, a movie that I didn't know about until I was putting this list together. It is called Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. And it is based on a YA book about a gay Hispanic coming of age story set in 1987 El Paso, Texas. So it sounds fine. It sounds like it could be good and heartwarming, maybe funny, potentially sad. Sometimes gay stories, especially in the late 80s in Texas, I imagine there's going to be some trials and tribulations. It being YA makes me think they will work through those trials and tribulations and teach a lesson, hopefully.
And you said this is on Netflix?
No, I think it's just a real movie.
Wow.
Let me make sure.
Well, the book series must be big then.
So I just looked it up and it's a little confusing. Something said it's going to be streaming on everything very soon, but I don't know. It definitely comes out in theaters. And,
that's cool.
And I don't know, but that it might be streaming before the end of the month.
Well, I don't know about this movie. I've never heard of it. I doubt we'll go see it in theaters. I mean, hopefully it's like a joyful rom-com and maybe if it gets good reviews, maybe we'll go. It could be something like Bottoms or something else that maybe just kind of trailblazes and I don't know. But I'll also say like a 5.
5. Off to a wonderful start. On the same day, September 8th, The Nun 2 comes out. That's this Friday. It's the 9th installment in the Conjuring Cinematic Universe, the CCU, as everybody is calling it. When you factor in the true blue Conjurings, the Annabelle movies, and the Nun movies now, which I didn't see the Nun movies turning into its own franchise, but hey, that's just me.
I feel like I keep confusing this with like The Exorcist because they look so similar. Like this is not the one with Storm Reed.
It is not.
Okay. But this is the one with the little girls like looking into the room?
No, this is the one with nuns.
Yeah, nuns. What are you talking about? Nuns.
I don't know about little girl. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just like very scary every time I go to the theater. I'm pretty sure it's that one.
Yeah, they show the nun. I think the nun itself as a character, at least how it's designed, is very scary. But no, the Exorcist trailer is the one that looks crazy. When the two girls get possessed and are going nuts. This is not that. This is just another nun movie with Thaisa Formiga, which when I saw her, I was like, is that Vera Farmiga's daughter? Because Vera Farmiga is in the actual Conjuring franchise, and it is not. It is her younger sister by 21 years, which is pretty wild, but hey, family is family, and good for her. So yeah, the Conjuring movies, the first one was really good. They've gotten fine. Annabelle was actually really good, the first Annabelle. I tend to see them all. I don't see myself going to the theater for this one just because September starts to get crazy. So I'm going to say a 6.
Yeah, I definitely will not be seeing this. Whatever trailer I've been seeing has been scaring the shit out of me. So yeah, I'll say a 1.
Next, same day. Or I guess, no, because I do kind of want to see this. I was going to say, while I go see Nun 2, you can see this movie. But My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3 comes out next weekend on September 8th.
Okay.
And it's a family reunion. The gang is all back together in Greece.
Yeah.
Family reunion in Greece.
I want to go to Greece.
Yeah.
Hint, hint.
Yeah. Looks nice. I can't believe how long ago My Big Fat Greek Wedding 1 was like a sensation.
Yeah. That was a long time ago. I think we were in middle school, high school. Yeah, we were young.
And they made the second one at one point in the middle of that.
Yeah, I feel like I don't remember that.
And then the third one is coming out now.
I'm surprised you said you want to see this.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a delight.
Yeah, it's true. I did really love the first one. I feel like I watched that recently for some reason. Maybe it was on TV and I'm like, sure, I'll put this on.
Yeah. Excitometer score for My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. I don't have that much more to say.
I'll say a 6.
I'll say a 5.
Okay.
Yeah, so September's off to a rough start.
Yeah. Not much.
Week 3 of September, the next week. So it sounds like we're probably not, going to the movies for those 2 weeks. What do you think?
Which is kind of fine by me. Because we go so much. Yeah. Not that I don't mind going. I do enjoy going, but I just wish there was a theater in Brooklyn that we could go to more easily.
Yeah, as longtime viewers know, we are loyal AMC patrons.
Yeah.
So hey, AMC, sponsor the pod and the YouTube.
And build a theater in Greenpoint, Brooklyn.
Yeah, make it a little bit nicer.
Yeah. Or Long Island City. I'd be happy to go up there. And build an IMAX, not in Lincoln Square. Do it in Brooklyn.
Well, they have them. They're just baloney.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Build a real IMAX. One. Yeah. So there's not just one in all of Manhattan.
A real one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I know. Starts to get into minutia because all of them have it. Just the Lincoln.
That's not what I'm saying. You know what I meant.
Yeah, but the people might not.
There's only one true IMAX in New York City.
That's true.
And it's weird. Just build another one.
The next week, September 15th, another movie I didn't know about. A lovely stop-motion animated film by the writer of Ratatouille. He is now writing and directing this movie. It's called The Inventor. and it is about Leonardo da Vinci on an epic world globe-hopping adventure exploring the meaning of life. And it's got a solid cast. So Leonardo da Vinci is Stephen Fry, whom you'd recognize if you saw them, a lovely British gentleman. But Daisy Ridley, apparently he explores the world with a princess, and Daisy Ridley is playing that princess. Matt Berry from What We Do in the Shadows, Nadia, we love him, is playing the Pope. Marianne Cotillard is in it, so she always brings a gravitas to any project. And I don't really know anything about this. I didn't know it was a thing. I think it's an indie flick. It was in some sort of film festival, but I'm sure it's going to be quite delightful.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. It sounds super whimsical, and I love that. And stop motion. I've always really liked stop motion. I feel like it's like something that's so difficult to do, and it goes pretty underappreciated. Yeah, I like this. I mean, I like the idea of it, I guess.
Agreed. It sounds quite lovely. And if anybody, if y'all know the story behind me and Irma meeting, we saw Coraline on one of our first dates, which is a stop motion animated film. So stop motion has always been like a special thing for us. Mm-hmm. So what's your score?
I'll give this a 7.
I'll also give it a 7. A little bit better than some of the things that we've been talking about recently. We'll see if we find time to actually go see it in theaters, though. Again, September, it gets pretty busy. On the same day, September 15th, one I know Irma is definitely excited for, A Haunting in Venice.
Ooh, I'm very excited for this. I just read the book that it's based off of.
So this is the third in the Kenneth Branagh, Agatha Christie,
Hercule Poirot.
Yeah, I couldn't say the name. And it is based on the Agatha Christie book called Halloween Party.
Yes.
From what you've seen, it looks like it is loosely based.
Yeah, it's very different. I want to say like some of the characters' names are the same, and maybe like the actual murderer is the same, but it looks like the story is almost completely different. And I want to say people didn't love the first 2 Kenneth Branagh adaptations of Agatha Christie novels, which I kind of disagree, to be honest. I enjoy them. I like Kenneth Branagh as Hercule Poirot. I think he does a good job. I know that's probably like a bad take, but whatever.
Why? You can have your own opinions.
Yeah, I liked Murder on the Orient Express. A lot of people hated it.
Irma's a Agatha Christie super fan. We have
I don't know if I'm a super fan. I'm just a fan.
You have a lot of her books.
Yeah, you better watch out.
Oh, what? Oh no! Oh, yeah, she's trading to get away with murder.
No, they always get caught.
It's true. They always get caught.
I'm giving this a 10. Solid 10. I'm going to see this movie, whether you're there with me or not. Also, it looks kind of scary from the trailers. I mean, I doubt it's actually scary, but you have to come with me, I think.
It might be a little scary. The trailers do look scary.
Yeah.
I love me some horror. So yeah, I'll come there to rub your leg when you get scared.
And the cast looks stacked.
Yeah, Michelle Yeoh, Tina Fey, Jamie Dornan, to name a few. Obviously, Kenneth Branagh is back. Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, I'm excited for this.
And they're getting it in before the onslaught of October horror, which is interesting.
Which I think, I mean, you also said The Nun. I feel like this happens like every month. There's like a trickle.
True, I already forgot about The Nun. That's how excited I am. We talked about it.
And the Raka Raka in August.
Yeah.
The Hand, whatever it was called.
Talk to me.
Okay, not my thing.
Go see
Zach.
Talk to Me. It was the best horror movie of the decade. Next movie. Another one I hadn't heard of. There's a lot of these smaller name movies coming out this month. And this one is coming straight to Netflix. No theaters.
Okay.
On September 15th. It is called El Conde. And it is Pablo Larraín's new movie.
Okay.
Famously of Spencer and Jackie.
Oh,
Spencer, which I loved. I know
Spencer.
People are up and down, back and forth. But I really love Spencer because I kind of considered it a horror movie.
Yeah.
Which is why I loved
weird,
it so much.
And I feel like I appreciated the weirdness because I've seen so many straight royal depictions, I would say. And I liked that this was like a little like left of center.
Yeah. This one seems like it will be a little bit funnier. It is a satirical alternative history.
Okay.
Placing Augusto Pinochet, who is the real life Chilean dictator from like the 70s to the 90s. I'm sure like a lot of people have heard the name Pinochet. They might just not understand what that means.
Yeah.
They just know it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
And because Lorraine is from Chile. So this is like.
I think I actually have heard of this now that
Roma,
you're describing it. Yeah.
It is about what if Pinochet was an old vampire?
Okay.
Yeah. And it's about the end of his life where he gets like, it sounds like he gets like bored of life and wants to die.
Huh.
So I don't know where that's going to go. It sounds like it could be really cool.
Yeah.
And just like really imaginative, slightly scary, maybe slightly satirical, like a Veep kind of vibe, you know.
Does this have anyone like super famous in it or no? Interesting. I like it.
Well, because I think it's like they're all Spanish speaking.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. No
American celebrities.
No Javier Bardem.
So I'm going to say, just based on his previous work, and the idea sounds cool. What did we just, I said 7 for something. I think this has got to be my highest for the month. So 7.5.
Wait, what did you give of Venice?
I think 7. Maybe I didn't say.
Yeah, I don't think you said.
Oh my God.
Wait, I'm offended right now. You're giving it a 7?
You said 10.
I said 10.
For Venice. I say 7 for Venice. It'll probably be fine. I don't know.
Oh, you're such a...
No.
Okay, but this one.
7.5.
She's like, you and your halves should be illegal. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say a 6. We'll probably see it's on Netflix. So easy. The story just sounds a little odd, though I do like his previous work. So yeah, we'll see.
And finally for that week, same day, September 15th, that's 4 movies on the same day. This one is called Love at First Sight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we love a coming of age rom-com. This one is starring Haley Lou Richardson from White Lotus.
We love her.
And Ben Hardy, who's from X-Men and Bohemian Rhapsody. Obviously not Rami Malek, but I think he was in the band.
Yeah, okay.
And it is about Haley Lou Richardson's character traveling to London for her father's wedding, presumably second wedding.
Okay.
And she meets Ben Hardy on the flight.
Okay.
So the meet cute is on the plane or right before they board the plane.
So this is a mainstream rom-com.
Yeah.
They're back. I'm telling
you. They are back. People are loving it. We love it. Even when they're bad, they're always good.
Yeah.
It's just like usually delightful.
Yeah. Sometimes
jokes.
You just need that. And I'm here for it. Yeah. So this is going to be in theaters. And while Zach's Googling, Meg Ryan announced that she is doing a comeback. So of starring in rom-coms.
It's on Netflix. Even easier.
Yeah.
That makes way more sense because when I was thinking, this doesn't sound like it's coming out in theaters. It's a classic Netflix pull. And we'll definitely watch it. So we could double feature a weird freaking Chilean vampire movie with a probably straight down the middle, delightful rom-com.
I love it.
Yeah, that sounds like a wonderful Friday night.
It really does.
In the middle of September when I will be away. Never mind. No, we'll do it on when I come back.
Or I'll just watch this on my own by myself.
I want to watch it.
You can watch it by yourself.
I cannot watch it by myself.
Yes, you can.
I don't know. Oh, what's your score on a movie you just learned about?
I'll say 7. I like a good rom-com.
Same. 7. I like a good rom-com. We like a good rom-com.
I feel like you're just stealing my answers.
Yeah, some of these, it's a weird month.
It is a weird month.
Lots of stuff.
Before
no like mega
hitters,
stands out.
Yeah.
Like obviously July had the 2 monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And then August had a few sleepers that ended up being fantastic and Talk to Me Bottoms. So we'll see. Maybe some of these will stand out.
Mm-hmm.
We never know. Finally, week 4, the last week in September, on September 22nd, Dumb Money comes out. We've seen the trailer a bunch with Paul Dano.
So many times I've seen this trailer.
The GameStop stock extravaganza that was happening over the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like kind of like a Big Short-esque breakdown of a recent financial situation. Although this one doesn't look quite as funny.
I think it looks really funny, to be honest. I mean, it has Seth Rogen, it has Pete Davidson. I mean, I don't know. I'm a little sick of those two, if I'm being completely honest. But the Paul Dano factor, I find whatever he does to be like so interesting, and he's always so good. Batman aside.
No, what do you mean?
I'm just kidding. He was kind of weird in Batman, but whatever.
Well, they just didn't use him properly.
Yeah, they didn't use him correctly.
He is fantastic.
I'm saying he is always great. So like, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, and I think we'll see this. To be honest.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on what else is coming out this week. But yeah, like I said, I really like Paul Dano. I'll say an 8.
Wow.
I know. Is that too high?
For me, yes. Paul Dano. Absolutely, 100% with you. Everything, like he's one of the people that if
America Ferrera is also in this.
True. If Paul Dano is involved in something, he is like he doesn't seem so far with his oeuvre. It doesn't seem like he puts himself in movies that he is he's yet to be in a bad movie. I feel like everything he's in is really good. Mm-hmm. So he's got wonderful taste, and I guess like you're only picking from a script, like you don't really know.
Yeah.
But so far it's worked out. And so, yeah, he gives me the benefit of the doubt. It's like very recent history where sometimes it's like, yeah, I kind of know this whole story, and it'd be like interesting to see funny people portray it. But I don't know. I didn't become a millionaire off it, so I'm probably going to watch it being mad. Like, damn, if I just looked at this Reddit channel.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like that this is going to be a movie rather than like one of those like mini series that they've been doing a lot of. Like with like the
like a docuseries,
like the Uber, yeah.
Oh, like a fictional, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
and the Dropout.
Yeah, the Dropout, and what was that other one?
There's so many of them.
The workplace one, the Workshare. Freaking, what the hell's that name of the company?
We Work.
We Work. That's it.
I don't remember what the name of the show was, though.
Yeah.
There were a lot of those. Hopefully, we're done with those. Now it's just a 2 hour movie.
But like, I'd rather see a movie and then be done with it. You know what I mean? Anyway, so yeah.
What number? You gave it an 8.
I did.
I'm going to keep my streak of 7s. Right? Yeah, right now everything feels like totally fine. On the same day, September 22nd, The Expendables 4 comes out. I'll be honest, I thought we were done with The Expendables, and then I saw this trailer that starts with Megan Fox and Jason Statham, and I went, oh, that could be maybe interesting. And then they show the rest of the crew, and I went, oh, never mind. So I'm not so excited for this. I think the first one, and even the second one, you want to make a sequel to something that kind of surprised people, sure. That were interesting. Like the first one was a novel idea. That's bring all of these kind of 80s action heroes back in this big adventure. And now as like a fourth movie in a franchise, we've kind of had franchise fatigue with a lot of these movies. Even the Fast films have been like fine. If you listen to some of the previous podcasts we've had when we saw Fast X. So I can say I'm thrilled about this one, and I, again, doubt we'll be rushing out to see it in theaters.
Yeah, it seems like they're framing this one as Jason Statham is like the main character, I guess.
Yeah, well, that's certainly how they frame the trailer, and I'm wondering if that's just them trying to save what is a bad movie.
Well, I guess that's what I'm asking. Yeah, like in the past movies, is he the main guy? Because I genuinely like Jason Statham, and he is very like, I mean, maybe not of the moment, but he is more compelling, I would say, for like audiences right now, maybe that don't have connection to the older guys, and maybe they're trying to like bridge the gap between like older dads and like younger guys who would be interested in this.
Between the Equalizer and the Expendables, Irma's really busting on dads.
Yeah. Well, these are dad movies. That's what they're called.
I guess they are.
Yeah, I have no relation to these movies. I mean, I hope they're still getting a lot of money for this. Like, clearly, that's why they're doing it. I'm going to say a 2.
I'm going to say, oh, well, to echo, the Hoffman household loves Jason Statham. He used to be kind of like an interesting under the radar action hero. Now he's basically just an action hero.
Well, it feels like he gets brought into franchises that need to be like revitalized in a way. Like I feel like that's why they brought him into Fast X, and who knows what else.
They brought him into Fast like 4.
Well, right. I'm sorry. Yeah.
5. I don't even remember. Again, we say it all the time. Keep getting them checks, Jason. But
yeah, I mean, the Meg must be doing well, and that's like fully him.
Yeah. Well, the Meg 1 made a shitload of money.
I imagine Meg 2 also probably did.
I don't think they're making a Meg 3 because I don't think it did.
Oh.
But yeah, he's really the only thing that I'm interested in. But at this point, I can get my Jason Statham fix so many other ways these days. And Megan Fox, I don't know. Well, she's pretty.
Sure.
But, so I'm going to say a 4 for Expendables 4. And the last weekend in September, three good ones.
Okay.
So we've got on September 27th, it is actually premiering right now in Venice, but it is called The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. And that is Wes Anderson's series of shorts. I think the whole thing is less than an hour, based on Roald Dahl's short stories.
Nice.
And it's coming straight to Netflix.
Everything goes to Netflix. Yeah. Wow.
Wes Anderson obviously just killed it with Asteroid City, and now he's immediately coming back with a series of shorts. Yeah, I love shorts often because it's like we're in, we're out. You know,
I agree.
It's just like quick hitters. Sometimes you get a little bored during a movie. There's just no time for boredom. Just Wes Anderson style without any of the maybe small trappings of his where he falls into like sometimes the story is secondary to like his glorious style.
Well, I want to say, wasn't the French Dispatch just like a bunch of shorts?
Yeah, but those shorts were long.
Yeah, I guess they were
those shorts
long.
were each like 40 plus minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, we loved Asteroid City this year, and now he's coming straight back with some Roald Dahl stuff with like.
That's true. Roald Dahl too is
their two perspectives together could be really cool.
Definitely. I'll give this an 8.
8.5.
Roald Dahl's great though, or Wes Anderson's great though, so I'm excited.
And on September 29th, we love a sci-fi flick, and I feel like we've been hunting. I feel like at least I've been hunting since like Arrival and Annihilation, for like the next awesome, not mainstream sci-fi, like maybe a little more high-minded.
Like an original.
Yeah, an original idea. So, you know, there's Dune, but Dune got pushed back. But Well,
Dune's also based off of a book.
Right, right, yeah.
I think Annihilation was also based off of a book, though.
And on September 29th, The Creator comes out starring John David Washington, who's always awesome so far. And it's if you've seen the trailer, it is like AI rose up. It's the Terminator-esque. AI rose up, and now the robots are in war with the humans. And then there is a young AI girl that interweaves with John David Washington's life, and it's and
apparently she's like a chosen one type of character somehow.
Yeah, potential mishmash of a lot of different things.
So I forget where I heard or read this, but apparently this director was set to make a Star Wars movie, and then I think that movie
did Rogue One,
right? Rogue One, and then I think he wanted to do something else with like the Star Wars universe, and they said no. So this is like him kind of answering that, doing his own thing. I saw a preview for this most recently when we went to the movies, and I thought this looked good, honestly. Really cool. And I think it's kind of funny, John David Washington having a movie coming out at the end of September when his dad is having a movie come out in the beginning. I know. I actually really
Nepo
like
babies.
Yeah, I like him, to be honest. I think he's pretty good. This definitely is intriguing. It looks interesting. I don't know, but do you think we'll rush out to see this? It's hard to really say. I'll give this a 6.
6?
Yeah.
I'm going 8.
Okay.
I love these kind of movies, and hopefully it'll be good. So right now there's nothing to say that it won't be good.
Well, this also kind of reminds me of that Christoph Waltz one, like an Alita Battle Angel.
Yeah, there's like it's like a little bit Alita, a little bit like.
But people hated that for some reason.
I thought it was okay. It was good.
I thought it was okay also, but I just remember people just like not liking that.
Yeah, that was more like an action-y thing because she was a battle angel. But yeah, it definitely has that vibe with like the young girl AI. It has like a Chappie vibe or like a District 9. That's what I was saying. It feels like it's pulling. And then if it's like she's the chosen one, that's like a little Dune.
No, of course. So, I know. Yeah.
Or the Matrix.
Yeah, you may have stepped out and gone to the restroom, but I remember, yeah.
No, I saw it. I think I wanted to not see it again because like I feel like it gave away a lot.
It does.
A lot of times I will leave the theater for trailers that I feel like I want to see, and trailers just give away so much often. The whole dang movie. And oh, no, we did give our score. And finally, on the same day, September 29th, Saw X.
A lot of horror movies.
Yes, so they're ramping up to October. I guess each horror movie is trying to get ahead of the onslaught that comes out in October, so that like The Nun had to move 4 weeks ahead of it.
Yeah. So Saw, not a franchise I care about literally at all.
Right. So this gets to the heart of horror movie, big fan, horror movie, not fan at all. I convince Irma to see like the more high-minded stuff, like the Ari Aster stuff. Certainly Jordan Peele, but this is way lower on the totem pole. So Irma, have you seen any of them?
No, I mean, I want to say like the first one.
You're at least aware of it. Yeah,
like there were like different, not memes or clips or stuff that like went around. So like I know some of it, and it's referenced a lot. And Jigsaw, right, is like the clown. So I know that, but I have no desire. And I don't really like body horror like that.
Yeah.
And it's
some of it gets pretty rough. But so this one is actually, so if you followed the franchise at all, they killed off Jigsaw a while ago. The main guy, Tobin Bell. And then like people have been taking up the mantle. And then I feel like it just doesn't work as well without him. And so now this one is apparently a direct sequel to the first one before the second one. And like it's Jigsaw going to Mexico, I think.
So what would the Scream people call this?
Oh my God.
In between cold?
Yeah, because a
between cold?
A pre-sequel.
Oh, I like it.
Pre-sequel, because it is before the sequel.
Patent that, so Scream has to come to you if they want to use it.
Right. Pre-sequel, that works.
Pre-sequel.
But yeah, I mean, it was like very obvious the last few movies that like Tobin Bell is really the heart of this. So without him, it was just odd. It was like this person's just trying to.
Sure. Yeah.
Somebody else is just trying to do what he was doing and it didn't work. So now they're bringing him back. It'll be a classic case of a guy playing a role that's supposed to be immediately after, but 20 years later. So like he's going to be very old. But
I didn't know
it
was a person. I just thought it was like a tiny little puppet thing.
Well,
I guess.
He uses the puppet like in his videos, but yeah, it's a guy.
But yeah, I guess I just didn't think you ever saw him or knew of him at all.
The puppet is a smaller part of it.
Okay, news to me. I can't wait for you to break it down.
Yeah, big announcement I will be doing if you follow me on TikTok or Instagram at Talkin, same name. I will be doing a Seeing Every Saw series leading up to this. So I'm going to rewatch all of them because I've seen them all, but like I don't remember a lot of it. It's been years. So I'm going to rewatch all of them, do little short videos on it, and then I'm going to rank them all leading up to this. And then we'll see where this one falls in line.
So what number is this?
10X.
But you said the Nun 9. That was too much for you. But for some reason, Saw 10 is okay.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know. Some franchise I just like better. And the Saw ones, sometimes they're trash, but like there's always just something about it that I kind of like how effed up it is. It's pretty brutal.
Yeah. So you're also planning my death as I read Agatha Christie to get inspiration. You're watching
as revenge
Saw and
for all your
these,
wrongdoing. But no, I'm not. You could survive it if you just solve a wildly elaborate puzzle. Yeah, and then you can get out of it.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say, the last few have been bad, but I think the fact that they're going back, like they understand that. So I'm gonna say an 8.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Pretty high.
Yeah. The early Saws were like a very introductory to my horror love.
Okay. I will not be seeing this like at all ever in my life.
Yep. And I'll come home and describe all of the brutality.
So, hold on. So Zach will come home and tell me every single thing that happens in this movie. And I have to say, I'm excited for that. So because I'm excited for the description or the Wikipedia download from Zach from this movie, I will give it a 7.
Wow. Thank you. That means my performances are very good.
Yeah. Well, I do. I enjoy your breakdown and how you describe it and what you like about the movie.
Yeah. Anyway, that is it. The month of September doesn't seem to be the strongest movie month, but it sounds like there'll be a few that might come out of the woodwork and surprise us. And now for some TV. First week of September, right now, we don't watch it, but I know a lot of people do. September 1st, Wheel of Time, season 2.
I watched it.
You watched Wheel of Time?
Yeah.
Oh, right. We talked about this. Oopsies. Sometimes Irma will watch some of these fantasy shows without me. Not that I don't like them, but there's a lot of them.
There's a lot.
So sometimes when I'm cooking dinner and I got my headphones in, Irma will fill her time.
Thank you for letting me know, because I didn't know this was coming back.
It's out.
Okay, so I gotta watch it.
She's gotta watch it. So I am a 0 because I don't watch it.
I mean, the first season was fine. I don't think I have high hopes for the second season. I didn't even know it was out, so here we are. But yeah, I'll watch it. 5.
5.
5.
Yeah. And then the only other thing the first week is that football is back. Dun, 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 dun. September 7th, NFL kickoff, the Chiefs and the Lions. That means every Sunday, every Monday night, Zach will be sitting right there on our couch.
Wait, so like in 2 days?
Today's September 1st.
Yeah.
September 7th.
Oh, September 7th.
What did I say?
Oh, no, I think that's what you said. I just didn't hear you.
September 7th.
Well, I thought you were talking about the first weekend.
No, this Thursday.
Oh, this Thursday.
Well,
okay.
Yeah, this Thursday.
Sorry.
And then our beloved New York Jets are the first Monday Night Football game against the Buffalo Bills. We are very nervous about it.
Our Lord and Savior, Aaron Rodgers.
Yes, thank you, AR. So for football to be back, I am a 10.
I'm also a 10 because it gets Zach to leave me the hell alone.
Oh.
I get some alone time. It's quite nice, actually.
And then for the real television, although I guess you watch Wheel of Time. I forgot that I ever watched Wheel of Time. September 8th. So now we're into week 2. And new Apple show. I feel like Apple puts out new shows every single month, and I like to highlight them. We've actually been watching a lot of them recently.
We have, except for Foundation, I want to say.
Foundation is now season 2, so we kind of missed the first one. It's hard to, that'll be another one while I'm watching dinner. While I'm eating dinner, oh my God, forget it.
Yeah, please.
It's called The Changeling, and it is starring Lakeith Stanfield.
Oh.
And it is a horror fantasy show.
Okay.
Where there's a baby and something's wrong. Like him and his wife.
It sounds like The Servant.
Maybe. Yeah. Except
that was on Apple, right?
Without a maid, probably. Without a servant. That was on Apple, yes. But Lakeith Stanfield, always good.
Yeah.
An up-and-comer. Up and came kind of already, but always good. And Apple, we'll see. I have been, like with Hijack and with Silo, I have been saying that some of the Apple dramas, I feel like just they haven't gone, like they were too soft-handed. And I'm hoping that this one just goes for it. Like, don't dumb it down. Don't simplify it for me.
Okay.
So I'm going to say an 8.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's just like Lakeith Stanfield and the genre and the vibe. It just feels right. It feels right for Zach.
Okay. I'm not sure about this, to be honest. I like Lakeith Stanfield, but I don't know about this genre for me. Well, I'll definitely give it a watch, the first episode, and see how I feel.
It could lean more Jordan Peele,
Okay.
It's like, horror fantasy-esque.
Do we know how long this is? Is this a half hour or an hour?
I have no idea.
Yeah. I'm going to say a 5. I'll watch it, and yeah, I'll see.
September 12th, Welcome to Wrexham.
Ooh.
Season 2 comes back.
Season 3.
No, season 2. And it's on Hulu. It's on FX on Hulu. So anybody that doesn't know from season 1, Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney from Always Sunny in Philadelphia bought a football club in Wales, and they made a whole docuseries about the whole process. It's really cool. It's really interesting. Just the, lower level leagues trying to build up adds a lot of that intrigue that like we like about the Hard Knocks series, where except Hard Knocks didn't do it that much this year, but normally we're highlighting the people that might not make it.
Yeah.
This is like, these are not rich, famous football players. They are it's like the third or fourth tier at this point in the English league, battling to get higher and higher. And
the only thing with like this type of show, it's kind of similar to like the F1 or like the 100-foot wave show where like this all already happened.
Don't spoil it. Yeah. So there's a way to find out what happened.
Yeah. Like this has already all happened. I don't know what happened. I'm not going to look it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like you can.
You certainly could.
You might already know what happened. I'm just saying like with Hard Knocks, that's happening almost in real time. I mean, yes, you might know some things, but it's like comes out a week later. Yeah. Which I like about Hard Knocks.
Yeah. It feels like unbelievable. So much work to do that. Though. Yeah. So this makes way more sense on a practical sense. It was also really nice because they like make it a lot about the town as well. So the city of Wrexham in Wales, like the football club is just it's just a part of the culture there. And like, it's these two Americans and one Canadian, one American, but like these bigwigs from Hollywood come in and buy the team and they're trying to help, but they're also doing like a really good job of trying to understand that
like community outreach
and all of that. So I thought it was really good. The first season, season 2, we're going an 8.
Yeah, an 8 as well. I just like an easy, fun watch.
On September 13th, and actually kind of in the same vein as The Changeling that we just talked about.
Okay.
On Hulu, it is called The Other Black Girl. Oh. And it is based on a book. So always a little bit better, potentially. The proven story. And it is a mystery thriller where the only black woman at an office, like a corporate job, befriends a new hire that is the only other black girl, the name. And then things get weird and there might be something up. So like this feels like very Get Outy. Yeah. Like very Jordan Peele-y. Something's up with this other black girl. So,
interesting. Yeah. I do love a good mystery show. I don't love thrillers, if I'm being completely honest. I get too much anxiety, which I know sounds crazy because people love thrillers. And sometimes I do, but yeah, this sounds intriguing. I'll say a 6.
It does sound very intriguing. If it lives up to I just compared it to Get Out, which it'll definitely not live up to, but maybe, who knows? But the idea is there and the story is there. Apparently it's a good enough book that they're adapting it. So I'll say a 7.
Okay.
Slightly lower than The Changeling, and I think that's only because of Lakeith. On the same day, kind of an interesting one, but it sounded cool for the kind of background docuseries. Sometimes things are just interesting. Real life is interesting sometimes. This one is called Wrestlers on Netflix. And it is about an old WWE wrestler called Al Snow, for anybody that knows. He was really weird in his back in the day. And his struggle to keep an indie wrestling outfit alive called the Ohio Valley Wrestling.
Okay.
So, just like small town, small company trying to battle against the big boys and stay alive. A lot of very famous current wrestlers did come from this scene. So like most people in wrestling start on these smaller scenes. It's like the minor leagues in baseball.
Yeah.
But it's hard to keep these things alive when you don't have the big names. And also when like WWE and AEW is just so accessible now, like it's just everywhere. You can just stream it everywhere. So it's just a small business, but also kind of like the dance industry where it's about like wrestlers that they just haven't made it. They're most likely not going to get famous off this stuff, but they're trying to, and they just do it for the love. It's just, if they go over that stuff, it could be really interesting.
Yeah.
So a 7 on the Excitometer.
Wow. I don't think I'm that excited about this, to be honest. I think I watch wrestling one time of year, and that's only because we watch it with friends, and that's WrestleMania in March, I want to say. Other than that, I think the only other wrestling content I watched this year was The Weakest Link, when they all went on, or a bunch of the stars went on The Weakest Link to compete for charities, and I thought that was kind of funny.
Let me give you one thing to entice you. It is the same creator as Cheer and Last Chance U.
Oh.
So
did I watch Last Chance U?
I don't think so. But Cheer, you certainly watched.
Yeah, I definitely like Cheer. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. That's true. Cheer didn't come back this year, actually, now that you say it.
Oh, maybe it's over.
Yeah, maybe it's over.
Well, wasn't there? There was like a lot of controversy.
There was a lot of controversy. So maybe they pivoted to wrestling when they were like, okay, these girls.
Certainly these wrestlers from the Ohio Valley could not be problematic.
Yeah, maybe I'll watch the first episode with you and see how it goes.
All right.
But I didn't give a score.
Oh, you didn't
You're
give a score. Go
past me.
Go.
5.
Very similar. And this one I think you'll like even better. It is a docu-series on Apple called The Supermodels.
Ooh, I've heard of this. I am excited about this.
It tracks the incredible rise of Naomi Campbell, Cindy Crawford, Linda Evangelista, and Christy Turlington.
Mm-hmm.
In like the 80s and 90s in the New York fashion scene.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I guess maybe like Michael Jordan's Last Dance, but for supermodels.
Yeah.
Going back to that era and just like exploring how they really changed everything about modeling. And
I'm excited for this. I'm going to give this a 9 off the bat. I'm definitely watching this. I think I'm definitely watching this. So
I'll say a 7, an 8. I'll say an 8.
You're watching this.
Of course I'm going to watch it. Am I excited for it?
Interesting.
Like, what are they going to teach me?
Yeah.
Other than look at all these pretty ladies to look at. Oh, that's on September 20th. I don't know if I said the date. September 20th.
Okay.
Same day, September 20th. This one's just for me. Irma's not even going to give a score. American Horror Story season 12 is called Delicate. And again, it is based on a book called Delicate Condition.
Mm-hmm.
And it stars Emma Roberts again and like a lot of the returning cast. And this one deals with like IVF.
Wait,
and
Kim
pregnancy.
Kardashian's in this one.
Kim Kardashian is in this one.
Oh God, she looks insane.
Yeah, but Ryan Murphy brings like a lot of people that are outside of your normal actors along often. So, I mean, it is weird that she's going to be in it, but maybe she'll be really good. And she's not the lead. Like Emma Roberts is the lead.
Yeah.
So I don't know what she'll be. But yeah, I think Evan Peters is back.
Oh, I do love Evan Peters.
Sarah Paulson always crops up.
Yeah, Sarah Paulson. And there's always that older lady. She's always in it.
Jessica Lange.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So I really like it. There was like a small gap where I stopped watching them, but then I've caught back up.
I feel like
the
you didn't
last
watch
few
the last
seasons.
season.
No, I watched like the last 3. I started again. And this one sounds really good and different than what they've done before.
Okay.
So I'm going to say 6. 7.
Oh.
Yeah, again, more horror stuff. Give me all the horror.
Yeah. Are these shows, is like American Horror Story actually scary?
Yeah, often.
Oh.
Parts of them are scary. Then like they've gotten like last season, there was a lot of social commentary.
Oh.
So it was like it was
like the witches, right?
No, that was a while ago.
Oh.
Last season was like a serial killer going after gay people in the 80s.
Oh.
I think it was loosely based off I think there's an HBO docuseries coming out right now that's like the actual story. I think the show was loosely based off that.
Oh.
And
we're not going to talk about the docuseries?
No, it came out last month.
Oh.
So 7 for American Horror Story season 12.
I'll say 2. Maybe I'll be intrigued for the Kim Kardashian of it all.
You want to watch the same thing as Wrestlers. You watch the first episode.
Yeah. If it's too scary, I'm out. I'm sure I'll see all the memes on Instagram and TikTok and all that. So
we got 3 big ones coming up right now.
Okay.
And probably the biggest one for you that you probably totally forgot about, but on September 21st on Netflix, Sex Education season 4, the final season, comes out.
I love this show.
We love Sex Education.
Love the show. I mean, yes, you like it too, but I love this show. And then, these people like are in the show are like on the rise.
Oh yeah.
2 of them were in Barbie.
3 of them were in Barbie.
3 of them were in Barbie. You're right. Oh my gosh.
Everybody except Asa.
Rewatch the first 3 seasons? I feel like I hardly remember what happened. I know, but aren't they short?
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Maybe I'll watch it by myself because you're going to be away. So I need stuff to watch.
Before that, I will be away.
Yeah. I love the show. 10.
Yeah, it's a fantastic show. It's hilarious.
It's ending, but I guess they're graduating, so they got it.
It's like all 4 years of their high school experience, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
It's fantastic. It's hilarious. It's heartwarming. It's great.
Yeah.
You You said 10?
I said 10. I'm going for it. 10.
I gave football a 10. Yes. I'll give 9.5. Sex Education season 4. And then another one Irma's excited for on Peacock. September 22nd, The Continental comes out. It is a John Wick prequel.
Well, pre-series.
Right. It's a 3-part. I thought it was going to be a whole series.
Oh, it's only 3 parts.
Yeah. So I thought when I first heard about it, I thought it was going to be this whole series, like, you know, how The Walking Dead did all these spinoffs and they also lasted forever.
Mm-hmm.
This is a defined 3-part series. So presumably like 3 hours, a long movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about the Ian McShane character who in the 70s when he takes over the Continental Hotel.
Yeah.
So just like giving us a little more backstory.
I
feel like the story of John Wick has gone like really convoluted. So it might be nice to kind of see where it all starts from.
You've been out on John Wick for some reason. I love this series.
Yeah.
I'm really mad we didn't see John Wick 4 in theaters. Like, I'm still pretty mad about it.
All right, we're going to see it.
Stop being mad at me. I'm just telling you how I feel. I'm mad that we didn't see it. I could have gone by myself, but I didn't.
You could have. I do it all the time. September 25th, I believe, John Wick Chapter 4 comes to Peacock, I assume.
Yeah.
One of the streamers.
Probably, yeah.
No, it might be Paramount. Ooh, we'll see. We're going to watch it then. Sorry.
I'll say a 9 for this.
9. I'm going to say an 8.
Okay.
Same day, September 22nd, a new Apple comedy, British comedy.
Ooh.
It's called Still Up.
I love British comedies.
And it is about 2 insomniacs.
Oh, you?
Yeah.
Did they film you?
Yeah, well, no. Oh no. Did they? 2 insomniacs that stay up late at night, and I believe they meet online. And so it's like a rom-com kind of.
I love it.
I don't know. I didn't look too much into it. But like, 2 people meet and we'll see what happens with their relationship.
One of them's catfishing the other.
Ooh, who knows? But I've given Apple a little bit of grief on their dramas because I feel like they touch them with kid gloves. But their comedies, I think have been very good.
Oh, so you loved the last season of Ted Lasso?
Well, Ted Lasso, the beginning of Ted Lasso was great.
That's true.
And then it was like then it got okay. But like Shrinking, we really love Shrinking.
Mm-hmm.
And this is all like British comedies they always have like a special tinge.
I agree.
That they never get too dumb. Usually, there's always like something more sophisticated about them. It's true though. Normally, I don't know. Maybe it's just the accents.
Dumb Americans, yeah. In the U.S., they would dumb it down for us.
So I love a half-an-hour comedy. I love a rom-com situation. So I'm gonna give this one an 8.
I'm also gonna give this an 8.
And the last week in September, we have a reality onslaught.
Oh shit!
So Irma loves reality television.
Is Survivor coming back?
So that's the first. All right, let's get right to it. She skipped it.
Yes! I cannot wait! Survivor!
September 27th is a Wednesday. I assume it's always a Wednesday on CBS. Survivor season 45.
Woo!
45.
Shit.
Yeah, so we've really picked up the Survivor banner. We're not lifelong watchers.
We're not. I think this is a pandemic watch, which I think happened with a lot of people.
The pandemic we started, and now we watch every season religiously. We usually set up like a fantasy Survivor where us and some friends draft.
I'm very excited for this. I love this show. I love watching it. I just love talking about it. It's an easy show to watch.
But then always like dramatic and intense.
I know. I don't know how they do it. It's very well produced, I think.
Yeah, well, I think last season was a fantastic one.
That's true.
I think the 2 or 3 before that.
Well, they also got really good people.
Right, and you never know who you're going to get.
That's true. It really does depend on the
2 or 3 before that, I started to be like, I don't know if I need to keep watching this.
You were out.
And then the last season was really good.
Yeah,
like everybody was super entertaining. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't remember.
Jam. And Carolyn.
Yeah, they were great. So like it depends on the people. They were just fantastic TV.
Yeah.
So what's your score?
A 10, obviously.
Irma's very excitable. I try and tamp it down just in case.
I haven't given that many things a 10 this time. Last month I think I did.
Yeah.
But not this month.
Survivor season 45.
I'm very excited for this.
A 9. it's always just like a really nice, like Wednesdays are like, yeah, we got Survivor.
True.
I never feel like annoyed to watch it, but like, oh, we got to watch this again. It's always just exciting.
True.
And then directly after it, Amazing Race also starts.
Oh, yay. Okay, so that comes back.
also started watching the Amazing Race.
I know. Well, because it's a different, I don't know how to explain it, but I do and generally like it. I like the relationships. I like seeing where they go, although like strange obstacles I find like are kind of silly, but in the same time, like I do enjoy it. Yeah,
it's a nice palate cleanser from Survivor, because sometimes Survivor gets like very political. That's like not political in like the politics capital P, but just like, you know, the point of the show is people voting each other off.
Yeah.
And so it's not like all merit based. And then Amazing Race is like, you come in first, you continue on.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no like, oh man, this person got robbed. It's like, no, that person messed up and is going home. So we love Survivor. And obviously what makes it special is the voting and like people interacting with people. But it gets very stressful sometimes. Yeah. And it's nice to just have a very merit based, like you just did better and you get to continue on this race.
I fully agree.
As right after it. So Amazing Race, not as good as Survivor, but a nice palate cleanser. So I lower my score to a 7.5.
Oh, you're so annoying. I'm giving this a 9. I'm going to watch it. I love it.
Of course. And then the next day, if Irma didn't get enough reality television, and these
Bachelor?
Ones I will not be watching for 3 hours every, does that mean it's on Thursday?
Yeah.
So for 3 hours every Thursday while I watch Thursday Night Football, you will be watching the Golden Bachelor.
I cannot wait for this.
Bachelor in Paradise, back to back.
It's a bit too much, I have to say, of Bachelor. Bachelor in Paradise is the best version of The Bachelor.
I have a question. Now that you've kind of fallen in love with Love Island, and that feels a lot more like Bachelor in Paradise, do you think you won't like Bachelor in Paradise as much? Because it's like the more of the coupling,
I think in general, I don't love the Bachelor franchise as much as I like Love Island in general. Love Island is just smarter, and it's not like
it's more fun.
Yeah, it's not everyone's fighting. Like Love Island, they're all genuinely friends, and I feel like they all actually care about each other. Like the Bachelor franchise, they're all just kind of mean and a bit. I mean, they all are friends, but I think it's just different. I don't know how to explain it, but for either of these, I'm gonna watch it. I don't know if I'll be like chomping at the bit on Thursdays, you know, to like put it on. So I'm gonna say 5.
5.
Yeah.
I am intrigued by the idea of the Golden Bachelor.
I know.
I watched 1 or 2 seasons of The Bachelor and Bachelorette, and I was like, I am out. But I do wonder, like with you commenting that the catty versus the broy, like whatever, kind of stereotypical negative side of the groups, like how will 50, 60-year-old women, will it be worse because you don't have at least the excuse of being like, oh, she's 25, like whatever.
I know.
They'll be like, oh, this 55-year-old
is
if
they're
like,
going to put like a 40-year-old woman in
really?
there, like a 45.
A super hot 30-year-old.
No. Oh my God. They can't do 30. Well, they said they're not going to go below, I think, 55 because I think he's 70, something like that. Yeah, but he looks great though.
Yeah, I saw.
So I think they said the pool won't go below 55, but I do want them to throw in like a 45-year-old in there just to like
undercover 45-year-old,
just to like stir the pot and see how the women react. And also like normally with The Bachelor, like it ends with an engagement. I kind of don't think it should end that way, but like this, like he kind of said like, no, like I just want to find someone to like spend the rest of my years with, like, and I don't think it will end in an engagement, which I kind of like, you know? So I hope maybe this kind of reinvigorates the whole Bachelor franchise in general and maybe like changes the rules slightly. So we'll see. I think this is going to be different.
One more question. Do you know about, like, have you watched something like a trailer about him?
Yes.
Is he a widower?
He is. Okay. Yeah.
So it could be, it could be like kind of nice.
Yeah.
Right?
I
like
agree.
An old man kind of like Up. An old man, like, you know, rediscovering love.
Yeah, absolutely.
It depends how trashy they get with it, though. Like, maybe they'll take it more seriously.
I think they will. He seems like a classy guy. Like
the problem with The Bachelor is they take it too seriously. But maybe it'll make more sense with like, maybe not serious is a bad word, more like sentimental.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe I'll watch the first episode.
Well, because I think like, so he was being interviewed and he started crying over like his wife.
That's what I want to see.
And it was like very heartwarming. Like I think she died suddenly at like 55.
So it's been a while though.
I think so, a little bit. Maybe he's not 70. I don't know, somewhere like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think they have like 3 daughters, and he just like,
oh, that'll be a classic one, interviewing the new mom.
I don't know. It just all seems, but they want him to do this. It seems like so. Yeah, I don't know. I think it has the potential.
I'm moving my 0 up to a 3. So maybe
I convinced you.
Here's the thing: I am just not going to watch 2 hours of it every week.
I know.
But maybe I'll like.
I think this is an hour, and then the
Bachelor in Paradise is
like 2 hours. Yeah, like I think they've shortened this.
Maybe
one.
I'll pop in and out. We'll see. And okay.
Well, when you're like freaking out about fantasy football, you'll storm into the bedroom and
And finally, last show.
Okay, great.
Last show of the month, September 29th. The Amazon The Boys spinoff called Gen V. And it is a X-Men-esque academy of a college that
I thought it was high school.
No, it's a university.
Oh, okay.
It's called Godolkin University.
Okay.
I don't know if that's how they'll pronounce it. We'll find out. Godolkin.
Why? Why do they have to call it that?
I don't know. It must be like a person's name.
Okay.
And it is set up by the Vought industry for aspiring young adult superheroes. So yeah, it reminded me like what some of the things that I like most about X-Men is when they concentrate on the academy.
The high school, yeah.
So it has potential to be really cool. It could be like a classic mixed mashup of like what The Boys has done in like a pretty dark display of superheroes with, your classic high school coming of age.
Angst.
Yeah. I wonder how they'll incorporate we kind of found out everything about like these superpowers is all
the
manufactured
serum,
and like bullshit.
Was given to you as a baby.
Yeah. Well, but I guess that like these are the people that they gave it to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm intrigued for sure. I mean, The Boys is pretty brutal. I do love that show. I think it's really great. But for a high school setting, I'm just like, I'm not sure how they're going to do it, like what the tone is going to be.
I'm sure it'll be a little bit lighter.
Yeah, I hope it's lighter. I think that's what I'm trying to get at. Yeah. I hope it's like lighter. I hope it's funnier. Though I do think The Boys is pretty funny. So I do think that this like has like potential to be really good. Yeah. I'll say a 7.
Yeah. So as awesome of a kind of supervillain that Homelander is, because he is so scary, it does like it's really dark.
Yeah, it's very dark. It's gotten darker.
Yeah, right. As he's become more and more evil, it's like, man, he's killing everybody and doesn't care.
Yeah,
and like whatever. I mean, that's the point. Is like, what if Superman was just awful? So yeah, I get your point that The Boys is sometimes difficult. I love it. I'm assuming this will be like that, like a mashup of that style, slightly lighter, and then hopefully, like an angsty teenage story. So I'm gonna say 10.
Oh
no, wait, what? I was thinking 9 and said 10. I'm gonna say a 9. My brain farted. I don't know. I had a little meltdown.
Oh my God. We have to put the air back on. You're dying.
Yeah. So on that note, that is it. That is all of the television. Thank you very much. September's a weird month all around. I feel like the TV could be pretty good. The movies are odd. We'll see. Yeah,
we'll see. I mean, I wouldn't mind taking a slight break from going to the movies. It's been a lot recently.
Yeah. Big summer of movies. Awesome flicks, though. No,
I agree. I just always eat like shit when I'm there, though. I've been trying to be better about like not getting snacks, but it is kind of hard because sometimes you just want a snack, and I always go for the Starburst, which is not good, but whatever.
Movies without a bucket of popcorn just doesn't feel right.
I see. I'm not a big popcorn fan. I know that sounds crazy, but I've just never liked the movie theater popcorn. I think it's way too salty,
and it's hit or miss.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's great though, and I love it anyway.
Well, I got popcorn most recently and I spilled it all.
Yeah. Actually, I think
for my birthday.
I think most times you get popcorn, somehow you spill it.
Well, because it's too big.
I just don't
I don't
understand.
need all of this freaking popcorn. That's why I get the kids pack.
Yeah, get the kids pack. Look out for the next episode coming as soon as we record it and I edit it. Our trimester awards, our second trimester awards, which is filled with just absolute bangers. I don't even know. I'm telling you right now, I'm cheating because I'm just going to call out a bunch of movies. So who knows if I'll be able to give a best. I'm so bad at giving a best.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Thanks for listening.
Thank you to Craig for the production assistance. And thank you to John Welsh for our intro and outro music.
Subscribe, please, so you know every time we post a new episode. Follow us on all the social medias, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Did I say that? X, formerly known as Twitter.
Do we have a Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh.
At Talkin Tent without the G. It's popping off. From our living room to yours. What do you want to watch?